So my name is Kirsty Wood. I am the QSW talent partner for Connect to Dudley. We have been doing a series of podcasts with our much valued colleagues at Dudley MBC in the social work field to give you a bit of an insight on what it's like to work for Dudley as a social worker and why you should join us. Please could you introduce yourself and explain your position within Dudley MBC?
So hi, I'm Sunita. I'm an advanced practitioner in the Centre of Professional Practice.
Hi, and I'm Vicki Silvester-Grant. I'm an advanced practitioner in the CPP team as well. She's kind of like a learning development team to support children's services.
So, Sunita, how long have you been in social work and what attracted you to the field?
I've been in social work for about 8 years. What attracted me was I became a mum quite young, so I really wanted to support other young parents just to do the best they can.
And you, Vicki?
I started out in admin within a children's services in Birmingham about 20 years ago, and I progressed from admin to social work assistant to get in my secondment to do my degree and then move into Dudley.
Perfect. So, Sunita, what is your experience with social work? Just a summary of your background.
I had little knowledge of social work before training to become a social worker. I've done my master's in social work at the University of Wolverhampton, and that brought me into social work, and I chose children's, and I've been in Dudley on my career path since, through from ASYE to social worker to senior social worker, and I'm now in advanced practitioner role. So prior to my studies I had no experience, but I've loved every minute of it.
And for yourself, Vicki, what is your experience within social work?
When I finished school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I did a degree in media and cultural studies, and then I couldn't really get a job through doing that. So I ended up taking an admin job in children's services, and then it was through that I thought actually I really enjoy doing this sort of work, and I thought I wanted to progress through and become a social worker. So that's kind of my pathway.
So before we get on to the next set of questions, I think it'd be really useful that Sunita explains a little bit about the family safeguarding model and about the Centre for Professional Practice.
Me and Vicki are both from the Centre of Professional Practice, so we are heavily involved in delivering training and supporting social workers in lots of different areas. And a recent change in Dudley has been the rollout of the family safeguarding model. So a part of our tasks has been supporting Hertfordshire with the delivery of the training, and we've actually took over the training and have been doing that. We've been providing embedding sessions to the workforce just to make sure that all of the key elements of the model are incorporated into practice.
For you, Sunita, can you tell me what stood out to you and attracted you to work for Dudley MBC?
So for me, it was the ASYE programme. Coming out of university, I didn't have any statutory placements. The ASYE programme in Dudley at the time suited me really well, and it was the location. It was a perfect amount of distance for me.
And for yourself, Vicki, what stood out and attracted you?
It was the opportunity to come and work for the CPP team. So I'd done a lot of frontline practice, and I wanted to try and give something back and help to shape the experiences of newly qualified social workers coming through and do some participation work. And yeah, it was the opportunity to do something outside of the box really from my normal roles.
And Sunita, how has your experience been working for Dudley MBC so far?
I've loved my time in Dudley. I've loved all of the development opportunities I've been given, all the support, all the people that I've met, all the friends that I've made. It's been really good for me.
And for yourself, Vicki?
Yeah, I've loved it. It's been fantastic. The opportunities that we've had, like you get so much sort of to challenge yourself. So I've created a podcast working with the young people, so they co-deliver that. And that sort of thing, I don't think would have had an opportunity to do that in any other local authority, to get behind us to create something fresh like that.
Brilliant. And for yourself, Sunita, how would you describe the culture at Dudley MBC?
I'd say the culture is supportive and collaborative, so working together. During my time, I've never felt alone. I've always felt I've got my team members and my manager and support from who I need it from.
And for you, Vicky?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, I think our team is very supportive, and I think that's indicative throughout as well. And I just think, it's a great place to come and work, really, isn't it?
So for you, Vicky, in what ways would you say you're supported by the senior management at Dudley MBC?
I think they are very supportive. They'll come in and check. Like yesterday, I was in the office and Catherine Driscoll, the Director of Children's Services, just pops in and she's just does a check-in just to make sure that you're okay, which is really lovely. Usually, somebody that high up in the position, you wouldn't tend to see them very often. So that's nice that, she knows who I am and she'll come in and see how I'm doing.
Fantastic. Would you like to add anything onto that, Sunita?
Yeah, it's just really nice to get some positive feedback and encouragement from senior managers.
Fantastic. And in your opinion, Sunita, why should experienced social workers choose Dudley as their next career move?
I think Dudley's got a lot of positive learning opportunities and career development opportunities to get involved in, such as like practice education side of things, and leadership development. So experienced social workers who perhaps are thinking about their next steps, I think if they came to Dudley, there is the opportunities and you will be encouraged to develop further.
And for you, Vicky, what would you say to somebody who was thinking of joining Dudley?
I think it is a great place. The training that's on offer is fantastic. There's such a variety. And I think the cohort of the newly qualified that we've got coming through, I think if you're an experienced worker, there's so much that you can share with these fantastic young social workers that are coming up through the ranks.
So my next set of questions is more kind of like a fun set of questions rather than just about Dudley Council. It's about Dudley as a whole, about the area and why somebody should come and work and live in Dudley. Just give them a little bit of an insight really as to what we've got. So Sunita, in your opinion, what would you say the best activity to do in Dudley or place to visit?
Merry Hill.
Fantastic.
A bit of shopping.
Everyone loves a bit of retail therapy.
Yeah.
And for you, Vicky?
Well, I've got a 5-year-old and we took him to the zoo the other week and he absolutely loved it and I was really impressed with it. So I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, they've made a lot of improvements and changes to that zoo over the years. Really nice to go and visit there now. And I'm really interested in your responses to this one. Because everybody that spoke to me has gave me different restaurants that I haven't tried that I really want to go and try now. What would you consider the best restaurant or just place to eat out at is in Dudley? Vicky, have you got anywhere? Give me and Sunita some inspiration.
I've got to say, Wagamama's has just opened up at Merry Hill and that's a winner for me. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So, Sunita, if you could describe Dudley in just one word, what would it be?
Friendly.
Fantastic. Vicky, one word for Dudley.
Positive.
Fantastic. So that concludes our questions today. Thank you both for your time and, of course, for your continued support and contribution to the Dudley Borough. Thank you for listening to our podcast today and thank you to our participants at Dudley MBC who have took the time to sit with us and tell us about their experiences. If you would like to hear about some of our fantastic opportunities that we've got available at Dudley MBC at the moment, my name is Kirsty Wood. Please get in contact on the details below and we can go from there.